Hello, guys. Welcome to Lunatic Astrology, and I'm your astrologer, Lori Lothian. I'm going to spend about half an hour riffing on this idea that this is a better year than last year. Happy birthday, world. Spring equinox is here. It is the birth of the world, birthday to birthday, spring to spring in the tropical zodiac. So there's a second kind of birthday, that's not January to January, but rather spring equinox is spring equinox. And last year's birth chart of the world looked really hard. And it wasn't an easy year, guys. Pandemic, the year of the plague. And we could see that was going to be a hard year astrologically. But this year looks so much sweeter. I'm like relieved, And there's a couple of reasons, okay? I'm going to talk about Isis and Venus and Aldebaren and Rigel. These are stars and asteroids that are acting in a way in the rebirth of the world chart that really makes me feel that we're going to have something really sweet occur in the next 12 months. I'm not saying there won't be travail and difficulties, okay? I'm not saying that at all. In fact, Icarus, whose wings melted and he fell to earth, is in the story as well. So I'm going to tell the story in a general way that I'm going to share the chart with you. But I want to talk about why I am excited before I talk about why I have some concern. I mean, with Icarus, there's concern. Maybe I'll start with the bad news first. So the asteroid Icarus is flying next to Saturn and gets stamped or baked in to the world chart at the time of the birth of the world, 00 Sun Aries, Greenwich Mean Time, which basically means England. And, Icarus is a cautionary tale of hubris and pride and overambition and unwillingness to be realistic. I mean, if Daedalus was the inventor of the wings that his son Icarus wore. They were made of wax. The father said, don't fly close to the sun. Well, of course, never tell your kid what not to do. Of course, his wings melted and he fell to earth. So there's this kind of mortal ambition to rise to the stature of gods, to the sun, and to fall from that ambition, to not be realistic in one's ambition. Now, Saturn is also the god of realism, the god of structure, the god of sober-minded assessments and practicality, among other things, time and space as well. And at the time that the world is rebirthing herself, okay, when this occurs in the sky, Saturn is in Aquarius, as you all know, right? It's a dawning of the age of Aquarius. Last year, he was in Capricorn at the birth of the world. This year, he's in Aquarius. And this time, he is going to be attended by this Icarus warning. And Aquarius is the people, but it's also air. And one of the things I love about one of the astrologers I listened to recently, like a year ago, I can't remember who said it. What if Saturn in Aquarius is fear of air? Because Saturn rules fear, and we do have fear of air. It's the air we share that can be contaminated with the next variant of a virus. And so with Saturn there and the fall of Icarus sitting on Saturn in Aquarius, at the time of the rebirth of the world, even though Jupiter is 10 degrees away, he's past Saturn, he's moved on. So yes, there's some Jupiter blessings in Saturn's Aquarian house. But I'm not so keen, honestly, about the fact that Icarus's wings might melt in 2021, spring to 22. Makes me wonder if the vaccine rollout and all the hopes and wishes for a normal life again, in which we just toss our masks aside, is not going to be true. And some places in the world it may be true. All right. I mean, obviously, seems like Australia's got it together, and in Canada, Prince Edward Island has it together. Often the island nations have their act together. But I could say that maybe overly unrealistic expectations, like flying close to the sun with wax wings, and Saturn will bring it back to Earth as well. So yeah, there's a little cautionary note there. And in the birth of the world chart, Saturn at 10 degrees and a half almost of Aquarius, the dawning of the age of Aquarius, isn't particularly busy with other planetary bodies. Is talking to Chiron at 8.5 degrees, the wounded healer of Aries in a sextile. So there is an attempt to create some healing. There is a yearning to heal. There's no doubt about it. To heal that which is unhealed. But yeah, cautionary note for sure. Now, as well, Venus. I love that Venus, this is the good news. Get ready for the good news, okay? Venus is a goddess of love. Venus is the goddess of art and beauty and friendliness and kindness. And she's a benefic planet, guys. She's always trying to bring something sweet, the nectar of life. It's almost the hummingbird, the joy, the sweetness of life, the amrita, the holy nectar of life to our lives. Last year, during the birth of the world, she got popped into she was stamped into the world chart in Taurus, which is fine. That's a sign of her dignity. It's an earth sign. But this year she's in her exaltation, which is kind of even more kind of intoxicatingly juicy, while she is sitting with the asteroid Isis. So she's in Pisces, a sign of her high intoxication with divine love, higher love, spiritual love. There's a place there where she's almost like Mother Mary. I think of the Beatles song, Mother Mary, come to me. Something, words of wisdom, let it be, let it be. That kind of reminds me of a Venus exalted in Pisces in her sort of holy mother saintly quality. She doesn't really care about everyday sex. She might want tantra, she might want that Shiva Shakti thing, but she wants to connect with the beloved. The songs of Solomon, the poems of Rumi, they're all exalted Venus poetry. And she's sitting right beside Neptune. Neptune's like less than 20 degrees Neptune's 7 degrees behind her. Neptune's a higher octave of Venus. He already represents unconditional love, oceanic consciousness. We are one in his highest form of expression. Venus conjunct Neptune can bring a great deal of spiritual, soulful art, spiritual, soulful expression to the world in 2021, birthday to 22, okay? Now, also, the Isis energy is the goddess that puts broken things back together. She had to go running around all over Tarnation to put the pieces of her husband, Isis, or Osiris, back together. And she brought him back basically from the dead. So she also is the goddess of the fertility of the Nile river banks that flood and bring great fertility each year to the Nile River area. And so she's associated with fertility, fruitfulness, restoration of something, bringing order back to disorder, or that which is broken and broken down being restored in some way. So having this mother of all goddesses, Isis, sitting, the queen of heaven essence, sitting in the sky with Venus as she's already exalted and Neptune is there with her, I'm really hopeful. I don't know. That's a sweet spiritual energy, and it's got like fertility and restoration that comes with it. Now, it is also Jupiter's sign, and Jupiter is not really helping or hindering. He's next door in Aquarius, stamped into the story in Aquarius. So, she's kind of got free reign. She's the benefic in charge of the house. She's his VIP house guest because Jupiter owns Pisces in the ancient tradition. Neptune's a modern ruler, but you could say that Neptune's at home running the show, but I just like that Venus as the benefic in residence kind of runs the show of the Pisces zone. Wherever Pisces is in your chart, when I go to the all signs portion, is really where you're going to find the juice. Okay. I will do a very quick Venus Pisces all signs, very quick, because I have a time frame that I have to attend to today. The other good news is Aldebaren, the Archangel Michael / the Royal Persian star of great power, worldly mastery and success, especially in forms of communication or messaging, is on, or Mars is sitting on Aldebaren. Now, Aldebaren is just one of those gloriously good stars, but think of a fighter star. It is a warrior star. It has Archangel Michael there. Mars is already a warrior, but you can think of it more, I hope, as a noble warrior, a noble cause, a noble something or other. It's a word warrior. It's an idea warrior. It's a technology warrior, maybe. And maybe it's also a warrior for community because it's an air sign. Mars is baked in Gemini, an air sign. Unlike last year's world chart, which Mars was exalted in Capricorn, baking in with a stellium of planets, Pluto, Jupiter, South Node, Athena in last year's world chart. My feeling is that the exalted Jupiter can act badly, right? I mean, it's a warrior on steroids. And Mars rules plagues in the ancient tradition. We saw the plague get away from us in that time frame. I'm going to go with that Mars was the inciter of the plague. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. I've covered it in other videos that has to do with his heliacal rising in the bad place with a star that was quite malefic nearby in the fall of 2019. That's going to turn around this fall when he's going to rise again in December, right? When he's visible in December, and it may ebb July onward as he becomes invisible in the sky now. But last year, I think he's like the #1 inciter of plague as he was exalted in the birth of the world chart. Now this year, he's in an air sign, a warrior for air things, a warrior for Gemini things. Gemini is often too about the energy of what we want to message or communicate to the world. I mean, it's very ideas oriented. And so there's I don't know. There's a lot of good things that could happen with that. And, you know, the North Node is pretty darn close to Mars at the time, as well as the moon. So the moon, the North Node, and Mars are all bundled together in the world chart. Now, I love the Aldebaren piece. I think that brings strength. I think Archangel Michael qualities, a noble, worldly, mastery, warrior on Royal Persian star on Mars is a positive omen. The North Node blows up everything it touches. It looks like it's Mars is about 4 degrees off the North Node. To me, that could mean that because the Archangel Michael is there, even though things get blown out of proportion or blown up bigger, it is in some way fundamentally good. Okay, it's like a fundamental blow up of some positive momentum, passion, direction, action, and choices for the world around communications and communities and ideas and projects, and maybe technology. Any of the air signs can also be about new technological developments. Gemini rules the lungs. Mars is a warrior. COVID attacks the lungs. So we got maybe some really great advancements and treatments for COVID. I think more treatments and vaccinations when I think of Gemini. Then finally, the moon is in a place in the chart where Rigel is next to the moon. And don't forget, the moon is bundled in the stellium with the North Node and with Mars. So the moon at 16 Gemini, almost 17 Gemini in the world chart. I should grab my Sabian symbols for the moon, darn it. But anyway, is to me, Rigel is luck and prosperity and business enterprise and purposeful activity. And it's just a very successful, positive star, Rigel. So luck and prosperity there as well. That's pretty sweet too. Maybe I'll touch on that in the all signs if I remember where the luck and prosperity may fall for you. And then where Venus sits, you know, where this potential for a divine creative force to move through you and in you and as you can happen as well. All right, so I'm going to show you the chart so that you know what I'm looking at, okay? And that will help you as I go to the all signs portion. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. Oh, I forgot to tell you my really good news at the beginning of the video. I'm giving away my year ahead readings, all 12 signs. You can check your sun, your sun sign, your moon sign. I can't believe I forgot it. And you know, you can get the whole bundle that used to be $40. Now it's for free because now we're at the spring equinox. I figure what the heck. So check below. You can sign up to get the whole thing for you and your friends to like explore a 60-minute videos, 12 signs, you know, and again, it's great to check your friends, your family, year ahead, but always check your ascendant, then your sun and moon, depending on if you're born at night. Okay. Guys, I can't believe I forgot that. Okay, I'll have to say it for every one of you. All right, all signs time. And we're going to go out of order today. We're going to start with Cancer because this is the Greenwich Mean Time chart. So Cancer, let's go for you. The 0 Aries sign. Here we go. So you guys, Cancer, sun, moon, and especially ascendant. Don't forget to check out the fact that you get a free offer below. You can get my all signs bundle down below. Yay for you. For nothing. All signs 2021 year ahead forecast video access. And this is also about the all signs bundle is also about you looking at your sun and rising and ascendant, right? It used to be $40. It's free. Jump on it down below. Grab the link. Now, and share with your friends and family, please. Just pass it on. Pass the free love on. So here we have the rising sign of or sun or moon of Cancer. This goodness of, I'm going to be very pithy, guys, because of my time frame. This prosperity, luck, business enterprise, and purposeful activity is falling in your 12th house. So pay attention to your dreams at night, your meditation, and your reverie. You may have an aha, an insight, an idea. You might get some kind of spiritual guidance that's really profound because this is a very spiritual, enlightenment-y moksha house where Mars is sitting with the North Node, and of course Rigel, luck and prosperity with the moon, and Aldebaren is there. Yay, Aldebaren, you know? And I do feel like this world chart then promises a lot of energy around the possibility you could get lucky breaks through your dreams at night, your meditations, and your reverie. Okay, just like whatever that is for you. Go inward and get lucky. And then Venus, with her sort of beautiful exaltation, her unconditional love, her supreme creativity. Alrighty, she's going to be talking about all of that up here in your ninth house of God. So this is a very Dharma house, finding your purpose, but it has to do with higher education as well, learning, spiritual teachers, guides, and mentors. Maybe some of you will go back to school. Some of you will figure out a new course of study. Some of you might travel to foreign lands where you have a beautiful spiritual or creative experience. That is all possible with that ninth house. And if you're a Cancer wanting to write a book publishing is often found in the ninth house. Go for it. It will be a highly spiritual, evocative, and maybe supremely creative work of art. I didn't want to do the year. Sorry, guys. I want to go by the hour. The year ahead. That was funny. And now I've got to fix that. Sorry, guys. So we're in Cancer, and there we go. Leo, sun, moon, and ascendant. This is going to be the experience of you having this luck, prosperity, business enterprise, and purposeful creativity of Rigel and the moon with good old Archangel Michael co-present in your 11th house. So a lot of you, Leo, sun, moon, and ascendants, are going to benefit from the goodness of the house of good spirit. This is your hopes, dreams, and wishes could come to fruition in the year ahead. This is benefits from friends and people who want to help you. You know, friends and allies can support you greatly this year, as well as groups of belonging, communities of belonging. And if you are inclined to great financial gain from your career, this is the house of that great financial gain. So yay for you, because prosperity is one of the meanings of Rigel on the moon there. Now, also, you could also have windfalls in this house. It's a bit of a pennies from heaven vibe. Now, nextly, touching very quickly, Venus offers you supreme creativity and sweetness in a money house. And, you know, the eighth house is bank loans and credit card debts and mortgages and inheritances and stuff like that, investments. She's a money goddess in a money house, and she's exalted. So supremely good money year, like time to like check out your Bitcoin levels or ka-ching on some investments or sell an asset or buy an asset that's going to have great value over the years. Okay, keep that in mind, like buying real estate or selling real estate or stuff like that. Virgo, sun, moon, and ascendant. This is an energy of good luck, prosperity, purposeful creativity, and business enterprise with Rigel on the moon. Good old Archangel Michael offering noble warriorship on Mars. In your 10th house of career. A lot of you Virgos are going to kill it this year. This is a good career year for you with the birth of the world stamping in, baking in, Rigel and the moon in the career house. You could be very popular in your career. You could suddenly gain some attention, some success, maybe some fame. Now, if that's not your cup of tea and you say you don't even have a career, say you're a student, then you'll super succeed as a student. I mean, career is your action in the world by which you are seen, your reputation by which you are noticed. You could really have a really good financial year in your career as well, with Rigel and the moon in the house of career. Now, that Venus energy is supporting you in relationship with unconditional love, supreme exaltation, divine intoxication, Neptune, soulmate energy. If you're a single Virgo, could bake in a new soulmate relationship. If you're in a relationship, it will deepen. It will deepen and go much deeper than it normally does. It will go into a very soulful kind of union. Mercury's co-present. You may announce an engagement or a wedding, or you may announce moving in together. I don't know, but it's taking things deeper. Not necessarily surface changes either. It's a real holy communion in love. Alrighty, yay for you, especially marriage relationships. Libra, sun, moon, and ascendant, rising sign Libra especially. Don't forget, check out my all sign bundles. I keep forgetting to remind people. It's for free down below. Oh my God, all signs 2021 free, every 12 videos, 60 minutes each. You know, grab the bundle. You can check out friends and family. You can check out your sun, moon, and rising. Okay, I should be reminding everybody. So Libra, sun, moon, and ascendant, this is Mars in its good spot And he's up here and he's got lucky Rigel in foreign lands, higher education, teaching, God, truth, wisdom, soul, dharma. Now, if you're a Libra who's a teacher in any mentor, guide, or teacher or a professor at a college or something, wow, it's a sweet spot for greater luck, prosperity, and success and purposeful creativity. And yes, business enterprise. Aldebaren is up there, the warrior star, Archangel Michael, worldly success, especially through writing and communication. If you are a Libra library book, right? You guys often like to write, who might want to write a book. This is a really good year to do that. Now, it could also bring you worldly success in foreign lands or from foreign lands, or, has to do with other national boundaries, that as well. You're having a lot of sweetness in the work in 2021 to 22 spring. That is the Venus exalted in your house of work. This is health house as well. Better health than usual. Exalted Venus in the house of health. Yay for your health. Sickness should be at bay. Neptune, be near the water. Find some water time. Walk on the water, walk around the water, get in the water. That would help. Goddess of the sea. And you might find your work is more creative and more inspired and more joyful and more soulful than it has been in years, with this gorgeous stamping in, baking this into the year ahead for you, Libra, sun, moon, and ascendant. Scorpio, sun, moon, and ascendant. You're having the luck on prosperity and enterprise and purposeful creativity of Rigel and the moon. Energy and also Archangel Michael in Gemini in your 8th house of finances. Now, this can bring you great financial blessings in 2021, spring to 22. You should be able to see some real financial breakthroughs here. You might have bank loans coming your way with low interest. You might have pay off credit card debt, tax rebates you didn't expect. Inheritances can even come, especially with Mars in the house of inheritance. Sometimes that can literally mean someone cutting out from life, and you get the financial gain from their leave taking. The moon is, as I said, very very happy here with Rigel, not exalted, sorry. And there is that gorgeous North Node expanding it all as well. A lot of your destiny energy will fall into the year ahead, focusing on your finances in a way that you normally don't do. It's out of the 2nd house of earnings and hustle, and it's moving toward investments and savings and managing the treasure chest. Venus and Neptune, the exalted sweetness in the house of children, creativity, and love affairs. Yay, the 5th house, go for it. If you're single, Scorpio, oh my God, soulmate love on the next year's horizon, very possible. Divine intoxication in love. If you have desire for children, Venus and Neptune here, well, I think Mercury could bring a successful pregnancy and news of a pregnancy. If you are an artist, a creative, a performer, an actress, a musician, any of these fields, the muse is in the 5th house, and this is a highly creative year. You can have your breakthrough music, song, poem, writing, whatever it is. All you Scorpios, listen to the muse in 2021, spring to 22. She will not let you down. I should have put less things in here. I realize how busy this is for a lot of you. Sorry about that. All right, before I tell you, Sagittarius, about your amazing year ahead, baking in that Mars and Venus stuff, don't forget Venus is so good on Isis. I want you to remember, I'm having a special all signs bundle below. Grab it, free. All signs 2021, 60 minutes videos in great detail the year ahead. Grab it. It's free now. Was $40. All right, so you are going to experience exquisite, powerful, a purposeful activity, luck, prosperity, and business enterprise, and purposeful activity in your house of other. That can be about a marriage partner or business partnership. Now, this could also be about any legal contracts and documents that you sign, but things go well, brings you luck and prosperity and all of that good stuff. It's certainly because Rigel is associated with business enterprise. If you want to business partner up, some of you Sagittariuses want to team up with someone else in business, this is a really good year to do that. No doubt about it. This can bring some goodness to your marriage house as well. Mars typically baking into the marriage house could be more conflict with your beloved, but it could also be endings that are blessed, like, I'm going to say a spade, an ending, and the spousal assets divide up and you end up with a little bit more money than you started with. So who knows? The Venus is baking in to your year ahead with the Neptune factor in their house of real estate, home, the anchor of the chart, the house of your mother. If in your ancestral line, if you want to buy or sell a home or beautify your home, this is definitely a year to do it. You could have some great financial success because Venus is a money goddess and she's in the money, the real estate house. So selling a property could be really successful in 2021, spring to spring. Go for it. Why not? Divine intoxication in the fourth house of the ancestors and the mother could ask you to go deeper into yourself and really ask yourself about the root of where real joy and real spiritual, the spiritual essence of your joy is in your world. Just go dig deep into that realm. Capricorn, sun, moon, and ascendant. Don't forget, I have an all signs bundle below. You can get the whole year for free. Check it out. 60-minute videos, each times 12. Check out your sun, moon, and ascendant and share with your friends. And please share the sign up link to it with your friends as well. Okay, so you guys are going to experience this Mars on Rigel, luck, prosperity, purpose, creativity, business enterprise, all of that goodness in your house of work. So hallelujah. It's a great work year, Capricorns. I've seen it in your year ahead. Check that out because it's free right now. It's like you guys are really on your game with the idea of work and career success in 2021, spring to 22. And you're going to find that you have some lucky breaks. And certainly if you're employed, you have lucky breaks in your place of employment. If you're an employer, you have lucky breaks with your employees. The sixth house is a lot of that stuff. If you care about improving your health protocols and your health routines, this is a really good time to do that. Mars is in that part of the chart where he says, let's get some exercise. Let's do something. Let's try some Tai Chi or something. Let's move around our bodies and get more healthy. Capricorn, sun, moon, and ascendant, or cut some foods out of our diet, Capricorns. Venus is divine intoxication and sweet, higher unconditional love and super powered, muse-driven, soulful, artistic expression with a little Isis overlay, putting things back together. This is baking into your third house of siblings, your third house of short trips and travel, your third house of learning and education, of skills-based learning. So some of you may, if you're at all wanting to learn something creative and artistic, I've always wanted to study macrame, basket weaving, glass blowing, metalworking, whatever. This is a good time to do that. And anything you study to do with the creative arts will totally, like, you'll be fired up with that muse. Or anything spiritual as well. You've always wanted to learn meditation techniques because Venus is a saintly version of herself, especially that close to Neptune. And the third house is a house of oracles and diviners, the house of the goddess. So certainly a good year for you to move into a time of seeking that counsel from highly spiritual energies that Venus, Neptune can be about. Trips and travel as well could be very, especially domestic, could be very good for you in 21 to 22. This is me, Aquarius rising, sun, moon, and ascendant. An opportune year for you to experience some some romantic breakthroughs with this luck and prosperity and business enterprise, Rigel and Mars in your fifth house of romantic love. Now, you know, Mars can be the lover archetype, which is why I brought up the romance, but certainly this is a house itself to do with business enterprise, also financial luck. This could be a really lucky year for you. You could just really have some slam dunks of luck. So yay for you. And money luck, romance luck, yeah. Creativity. This is a good place to write a novel and kill it, or a screenplay or something, because you'll have luck and prosperity. And this is the fifth house of the muse. And of course, Gemini rules things like ideas and writing. And then as well, this Venus is baking in the Nile river goddess Isis and bringing back together the pieces of that which was dispersed. And that's your finance house. And it's going to be fertile and abundant and flowing. And as Aquarius rising, I'm so glad because I could use a little of that right now in my finance stuff. Second house of finances. I would like to, you know, see some super surpluses flowing, really, honestly. You guys can laugh at me, you know? I killed it last year. I almost broke myself into a million pieces of working too hard financially. Now I have to pay all the taxes and all that I made. And I'm like, well, was that worth it? I'm going to be just where I started out, you know? It's an interesting year when you make a lot of money as a solopreneur. And it's the first time I made a lot of money as a solopreneur. And I have to figure out all the tax things after the fact, didn't expect to kill it. So for you Aquarius risings, this is a boon or a bounty or a blessing in the money house, especially the earnings house of the second house, but also the voice and that which you're here to voice in the world, voice vocation, vocari. Neptune, you could be voicing higher truths. You could be writing higher truths. You could be experimenting with art and creativity and music, even the house of the voice. And some of you Aquarians are going to kill it with their voice in 2021, 22, especially with the messenger there. What are you writing, saying, speaking, singing into the world? Yay! Don't die with your music inside you. Aquarius says we've got some supreme harmony to bring to the world with this Venus Neptune in the house of the voice in 2021, 22. Pisces, you're not last this time. This is going to bring you a year in which things to do with real estate and the home are going to bring luck and prosperity and business enterprise. So if you're doing a home business, yay, you Pisces are killing it this year. If you want to sell or buy a home, yay, you Pisces are killing it this year. This is just a really good year for things to do with real estate, home, land, and things you do in and from the home. This intoxication of a divine exalted Venus in Pisces. This is all about you. You are divine. You are intoxicated. You are extra lusciously beautiful. You have a soft glow. You are looking like a diva who's got a saintly aura around her. People are going to be very attracted to you in 2021 to 22 with that exalted Venus in your first house. And you will feel pretty and beautiful and better about yourself as well. Alrighty. And they'll have a soft glow, the Neptune factor, the glamour about you as well. You could sell, snow to Eskimos with that this year. So, hope that wasn't like a cancel culture statement, but you know what I mean. You could sell sand to a desert dweller. So you've got a charisma. You Pisces have the charisma this year, the magnetism, the seduction to get what you want. Aries, sun, moon, and ascendant. You didn't get to be first this time. Tricked you. Check out my all signs bundle below. I keep forgetting to remind all signs you can buy for nothing the whole 2021 year ahead. I'm going to be saying this every video for the next while. So if you missed it this time, you can catch it for the next time. Free, all signs, 60-minute videos times 12 for the 2021 forecast. It used to be for sale. Okay, so Aries, this is going to be the experience of a prosperity wave of luck, opportunity, and purposeful creativity in the house of learning, travel, and the oracles and the goddess and siblings as well. So any of those could be relevant to where the luck, prosperity, and purposeful creativity fall. If you're teaching people things, like especially if it's skill-based, this is the third house. I'm doing my Athenium in 2021. It's going to be an Academy of the Divinatory Arts, and it's mostly going to be a lot of free courses with donations only because I want to experiment. If you create it and build it and they come, will they donate money to actually buy the module or take the live course? We'll see. So I'm going to see, because that's my third house of teaching and learning, and I'm going to be doing a lot of that in 2021, 22. So I am an Aries, sun, moon, and ascendant. So also look for the divine intoxication and the super sweet. Oh, and any trips and travel you take could be very lucky for your prosperity and your creativity in 21, 22. Spring to spring. Look for the divine intoxication, higher love. Bring me a higher love in your house of dreams at night, past life stuff, reveries, meditations. Oh my holy goodness. If you want to get down with kind of a saintly intoxication, a divine awakening, a spiritual revolution, some sweet nectar of divinity hitting you in your dreams at night or your meditations, you Aries can really find that sweet spot. Now, the 12th house is a house of revenue from foreign shores, and often PayPal and Stripe accounts can represent that in our modern day. Venus is a goddess of money, so you could have a definite exalted Venus with Isis, a fertility goddess, the Nile River there, a real uptake in money that you acquire from many different lands. The last now, but not least, Taurus. Oh no, I've got Taurus and Gemini and I'm running out of time. Sorry guys, hang in there. Taurus, check out my all signs bundle, free down below, sun, moon, and ascendant, year ahead. It's free. It's in detail, 60-minute videos times 12. Taurus, you're going to have this energy of Mars in your money house. You're going to kill it financially, 21 to 22. Business, luck, prosperity, business enterprise, and purposeful activity, bringing you greater financial gain. Now, you could spend a lot more money with Mars in your second house, but with that luck and prosperity and business enterprise, you're also going to bring it in. That's on the moon. Okay. So I'm more like, don't worry about spending if you're spending wisely, because I think you're going to experience a lot of money luck in 2021 to 22. That's pretty well guaranteed. The divine intoxication and the sweet spot, the nectar of fertility, the Isis riverbanks that overflow with Venus are in your friendships. This is going to be a blossoming for you, Taurus, sun, moon, and ascendants, of new friends. Finally, you probably felt like the pandemic was tough. And now it's like, okay, new social circles, new friendships, new groups you belong to, financial gain from your career, yes, and lucky breaks as well, and maybe a bit of a windfall. Sometimes pennies from heaven house can even produce money from the eighth, like tax rebates or inheritances, but it's good. It's going to be good for your money as well as your friendships. Opening up to soul friends, new friendships, new sisterhoods, and new collections of friends. So a lot of you Taurus, sun, moon, and ascendants will feel very rich in friendships. All right. And it's a really sweet time for you. And finally, lastly, Gemini, sun, moon, and ascendant. The luck, prosperity, business enterprise, and purposeful creativity is happening in the house of you. I do apologize for the dinging sound. I don't know how to turn it off. Someone's texting me. And you're going to find that you are just thriving as you are being you. And look at how excited the universe is that it's just sending you messages about it. You know what I mean? Your very essence as a communicating, mentally alert, flexible, mutable person, changeable, mindable too, suddenly brings you luck and prosperity. Your health is probably very good with Rigel there on the moon as well. It could be a very good year for your physical well-being. You're going to find that the goddess Isis, exalted Venus, and conditional loving Neptune smash up in the house of career, 10th house. It's going to bring you new sweetness and new, if your career kind of fell apart or things are sort of like all crumbled like Humpty Dumpty, Isis can bring it all back together. And there's a nourishing flow of prosperity, because she's a goddess of prosperity and abundance in the house of your career. And you might get a very soulful new direction in your career. Neptune, like where does your, what's your true hopes and dreams? Where do you feel that deeper, more spiritual yearning? That's where your career is going to take you. Okay. That's up into the higher echelons of some more soulful calling in your career as well. Now, if you're in the film industry or the creative industries or the photography industry or the acting industry or all of that, Neptune can be about that, and music industry. So some of you Geminis, if those are your areas of career, extra sweet spot, divine intoxicated Venus, exalted, could bring you in touch with a higher level of expression in all of those areas in 2021 spring to 22. Don't forget to check out my All Signs Equinox special. All Signs 2021 bundle. Whoa, okay, I think I pulled that off in 45 minutes or less. All right, guys, I'm going to go now. I'm having a blessing ceremony with a dear friend of mine, Zara, and it's called a womb blessing. I'll let you know how that goes in a later video. I am menopausal, so I'm not talking about fertility. I'm talking about my archetypal womb at age 58, blessing it and giving it a new sort of sense of divine mission, maybe, because I think I'd like to birth a book into a being that's fiction in 2021. All right, guys, thanks for hanging in there. I hope I wasn't too quick in my delivery. Check out my description box. Please like and subscribe. Please hit the bell for notifications. Namaste and happy birthday, world. Mwah.